What if I told you you could walk into a liquor store, pick up a bottle of whiskey, and it was literally designed by them? Not just a barrel selected, but a barrel of whiskey tailored to their exact flavor profile. Where other distilleries let you select from a certain amount of hand-picked barrels, Maker's Mark actually lets you tailor a barrel to your specifications. That's exactly what the Maker's Mark Private Select program is all about. So if you've ever been curious how that process works, this is the video for you. Let's get into it. The Maker's Mark Private Select program was officially introduced in October 2015. The program officially kicked off in November 2015 with the first customized bottles hitting retail shelves around March of 2016. So what is a Maker's Mark Private Select? At its core, it's a custom bourbon finishing program created by Maker's Mark, and to my knowledge, they are the only ones who do it like this. Instead of just offering single barrels for tasting and selecting, Makers lets retailers, bourbon groups, bars, and even some whiskey clubs create their own unique flavor profile using different finishing staves. Staves are just planks of wood like the staves that make up a whiskey barrel for aging. Now here's the important part. Every Private Select starts with cask strength Maker's Mark, which is a wheated bourbon known for being rich, sweet, and approachable. Utilizing Maker's Mark traditional mash bill of 70% corn, 16% soft red winter wheat, and 14% malted barley. Maker's Mark does not age to a certain year, but to a taste profile. So once a barrel has achieved the characteristics the master distillers are trying to achieve, it's then ready for either bottling as one of their normal shelf products or is ready to be used in a Private Select program. Once the barrels are ready, then comes the customization. Makers uses a process where they add 10 custom oak staves into the barrel for additional finishing. Those staves are selected from 5 different flavor profiles, and the combination of those staves alters the final whiskey, typically retaining the Maker's Mark core flavor while enhancing it with the additional desired flavors the buyer's looking for. That means no two Private Selects are exactly alike, unless you happen to choose the same exact stave profile as someone else, but that's rare. There are 1,001 different possible stave combinations in the Maker's Mark Private Select program. Now let's break down the 5 stave options because this is where the magic happens. Baked American Pure 2. This stave tends to bring out sweeter notes, think caramel, brown sugar, vanilla, and a softer mouthfeel. Seared French Cuvée. This one pushes more baking spice and toasted richness. A lot of people associate this stave with deeper complexity and structure. Maker's 46. If you've had Maker's Mark 46, this is that signature French oak spice profile. More cinnamon, oak, and boldness. If you're curious, yes, this is where Maker's Mark 46 comes from. They simply use 10 Maker's Mark 46 staves and bam, you got a Maker's Mark 46. Roasted French Mendant delivers indulgent chocolate, coffee, and espresso mocha notes. Toasted French Spice. Exactly what it sounds like. More spice-driven character with pepper, clove, and oak influence. Now the cool thing is whoever is designing the barrel gets to choose a combination totaling 10 staves. So you might see 4 Mendant, 3 Maker's 46, 2 French Spice, and 1 Pure 2. And that exact recipe becomes unique to that specific release. The bottles will actually show the stave profile broke down right on the label, which is awesome for bourbon nerds like us. So pay attention to the stave profile when tasting a store pick. You will eventually notice differences in the taste and will eventually figure out what profile you enjoy. And once you do, you can confidently pick up a bottle and be pretty sure that you're gonna like it. So how does someone actually create one? Traditionally, groups would travel to Maker's Mark Distillery in Kentucky, or an affiliate would come out and have this done at a meeting place or something to that effect. During that experience, they taste the different stave combinations and build the profile the way they want. Once they finalize the recipe, Makers places those 10 staves into fully matured barrels of cask strength bourbon. Then the whiskey rests for a finishing period of 9 weeks while those staves influence the flavor. The barrels will be placed in Maker's own cellar where the temperature is controlled and conditions are consistent. After that, the barrels are bottled at cask strength, typically somewhere around 108 to 114 proof depending on the batch, and that becomes an exclusive release for that store, group, or selection team. That's why you'll sometimes hear people say, this is a store pick, but it's more than a store pick, because technically they help create the final product. So why are these bottles so popular? Honestly, consistency is a huge reason. Maker's Mark Private Selects have developed a reputation for being incredibly reliable, even if the stave combinations vary. Most of these bottles deliver rich flavor, strong proof, and excellent texture. You also get a lot more variety compared to standard Maker's products. One Private Select may taste like chocolate-covered cherries, cinnamon rolls, toasted marshmallow, while another might lean dark oak, espresso, leather, and baking spice. And because Maker's uses a wheated mash bill, the whiskey rarely gets overly aggressive. Another reason collectors enjoy them is exclusivity. Many of these picks are single barrel releases available only at one retailer or one event. Once they're gone, they're gone. Now let's talk value. Most Maker's Mark Private Selects land somewhere between $65 and $90 depending on your area, and honestly, compared to today's bourbon market, it's not that terrible. With that price, you're getting barrel-proof bourbon, custom finishing, single barrel uniqueness, and a flavor profile you literally can't replicate exactly. That being said, not every Private Select is a home run. Some stave combinations can get overly oaky or spice heavy. Others may drink hotter than expected, but overall, Maker's has one of the better track records in the private barrel world. If you're shopping for one of these bottles, pay attention to the stave recipe on the label. It'll be listed right across the front, easy to read. Generally speaking, more Mendant means darker chocolate and coffee notes. More Maker's 46, spice and oak. More Pure 2, sweetness and vanilla. More French spice, pepper and baking spice. More Cuvée, balanced richness. I know in theory, with my flavor palette, I would think I would love a pick that includes only the Mendant stave, because I love chocolate and espresso notes. But when I finally tried a bottle that was to that specification, I did not enjoy it at all. It was overly spicy, hot, so you have to experiment and spread the stave profile around, mostly to get what you're looking for. Over time, you'll start to figure out which profile matches your palate, and honestly, that's just part of the fun. So that's how the Maker's Mark Private Select program works. It's one of the most unique customization programs in bourbon, and it gives whiskey fans a chance to experiment wildly different flavor profiles while staying true to the Maker's Mark DNA. If you've had a great Private Select recently, let me know what your favorite stave combination was down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and check out the rest of the channel for more bourbon reviews and other content. So until the next time, guys, cheers, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys.